Political leader of Laventille Out-reach for Vertical Enrichment, Love, Lennox Smith, expressed his consternation and noted the inexplicable and convoluted reasons issued by former monumentally multiple failed former minister under the former PNM failed government for showing up at the ministry in highly suspicious and questionable circumstances, while engaging in a futile attempt to threaten legal action over what is clearly his own doing, indicative of his puny-brain disposition. Smith said, former minister in the former PNM government, Fitzgerald Hinds, having difficulty in pronouncing the Ministry of Defense or Homeland Security, in attempting to explain his presence on the compound of the ministry's premises on Abercromby Street, Port of Spain, said as follows, quoting, "I'm a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago and an attorney at law. In good standing, I here state categorically that the Newsday article, supported by a front-page headline of May 30th, 2025, in which allegations of unethical and/or illegal conduct on my part was published is based on a tissue of lies, is absolutely false, and therefore defamatory. The simple and only facts are that on Thursday 29th, May 2025, I communicated via telephone with the Permanent Secretary PS, name withheld, of what used to be the Ministry of National Security. That conversation revealed that there was cheque due and ready for me at the office, with the PS's agreement, proceeded to the office to collect same. I drove into the ministry's car park and waited for a few seconds. The PS emerged from the elevator in the car park and handed me the cheque. I thanked her and immediately left. During my time there, I made no request of her, nor indeed of anyone, for anything. The PS was the only person with whom I interacted. The story as published in the Newsday is totally false and intended to cause hurt, embarrassment, and to damage my reputation. These falsehoods have already begun to gain many adverse comments about me on social media. As a result, I intend to pursue all legal remedies that may be available to me against the Newsday and any other persons responsible for spreading these lies and furthering my defamation." Unquote. Fitzgerald Hinds, who is well known for his brittle brain, narcoleptic, and one of the several ministers under the Rowley and Young PNM administration, 2 administrations in one, with Young lasting a few hours as Prime Minister, possessing the unenviable record of ministers of death or bearers of death. A most bizarre and macabre state of affairs indeed. As prior to the advent of the Rowley prefix PNM government, Hinds' violent utterances and subsequent violent episode, while a minister speaks volumes either to karma, poetic justice, or a faith usually visiting on persons who have been so reckless and abhorrently broken-brained, defies logic for one either seeking or having held public office. Attorney Hinds have none but himself to blame for his present predicament, now seeking sympathy for an indiscretion only a buffoon will venture. Such a goof of visiting the ministry in the manner, and for purpose he mutationally blogged, is not only unacceptable, but unprecedented. He can only blame himself for such indiscretion and myopic contemplation. Hinds must therefore explain why his visit triggered Minister Sturge exiting cabinet meeting prematurely to attend the reason for his presence at the ministry in his, Sturge's, absence long after the protocol transition or handover exercise. Why was there the need to sanction ministry officials with no-access redesignations? Most distressing is why allegations and/or inferences of document request and the delivery to him under insistence by Hinds surfaced. Hinds must have been aware that his decision and conduct would have generated the political and speculatory firestorm it in fact evoked. For no way would have he or any of his previous PNM leaders or current one facilitated or contemplate such an egregious and no-brainer act by those they would have replaced or deposed in an election campaign so recent and far-reaching. Thank God the people of TNT chose wisely and got rid of the albatross that was Hinds and the PNM. It may well be that Hinds' tissue of lies allegation may in itself be a web of lies. It may also be the product of the myth of a disciplined PNM being shattered, exposing the reality of a shambolic people's national movement in rapid destructive decline. Lennox Smith, political leader of Laventille Out-reach for Vertical Enrichment, Love.